Bro, you good? It's definitely gold. That golden color was where it all began. The aurous contents of that box marked the start of a golden time. That's my gift to you. That was how I was able to speak to that girl, and what sparked my first love. Gold was the only thing I desired. That golden color, a pure, completely uncontaminated brilliance. Crystal clear and pristine. That was the sort of person I strove to be, and nothing more. Just once, all I ever wanted was to take one confident step forward and be proud of everything I'd done. It's not like I wanted to show off. That was never the plan. So, hang on tight. I never thought something like this would happen to me. What is happening? We just started. It was easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment sometimes, right? Anyone would have done the same if they thought they were doing the right thing, which was how I'd gotten myself mixed up in this mess. Nowhere was I trying to show off. I was simply playing along with this strange turn of events. All I wanted was to be golden. And as a result, I found myself sprinting through town with a girl, dressed in a beautiful gown in my arms. Stop following me! Did this kind of thing happen to everyone? Actually, running around with a blonde-haired girl in my arms might actually be a rare occurrence. Still, I believed it could happen to anyone. Getting carried away in the heat of the moment. Letting events transpire where you end up showing off. Emptying your mind and making the most of the golden opportunities presented to you in that moment. By the way, if you want to know how I ended up in this situation, I heard someone shout while I was walking through town. I guess I should do the intro because I'll never do it if I don't do it now. Anyways, what's going on YouTube? My name is VitaminDStain and welcome to there's two golden times. I'm not sure which one this one is. Hold on, let me check real quick. Welcome to Kinkoi Golden Loveriche. This game was recommended literally 4 months ago, but I could explain. Hear me out. This game was recommended by Daniel torres-diaz, and Daniel, I did not forget. See, what happened was, I know a bunch of excuses. Hold on. Like I've explained before, I have a very stupid habit of starting a ton of games and not finishing. And the worst part of all is that all the games I've been playing, they're stupid long. So it seems like I'm never going to finish those games because I'd be jumping around all over the place. I'm so inconsistent, you see. But anyways, Daniel, thank you so much for this recommendation. Daniel, our fellow subscriber here, he recommended this game. I don't know if Daniel's still in this channel. He probably unsubscribed like 2 months ago. I don't know. But anyways, Daniel, if you're here, I appreciate you for sticking around. This series has 2 games out right now. It's this one, and then there's a second one called Kinkoi Golden Time, where it's, I believe, if I remember how Daniel explained it, it's a continuation of the roots from this first game that we're playing right now. So yes, it's another visual novel. As you can tell, I know the visual novels have been popping off lately. But anyways, it doesn't have to be just visual novels, you know. If you guys have any game suggestions or you want to see me play something else, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. You already know what to do. And if you happen to enjoy this video, go ahead and drop that link for me. Subscribe if you have not, because I'd be funny as heck sometimes. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. This for you, Daniel. I did not forget about you, baby girl. Don't worry about it. I heard someone shout while I was walking through town. Before I had a chance to search for that voice, bam, we ran into each other. Excuse me. I thought she was a cute girl at first glance. Not only was she cute, but her outfit left one heck of an impact. Judging by her outfit, I assumed she just come from some sort of ceremony. Upon her head sat a gem-encrusted tiara, which appeared to be quite heavy. To top it all off, she had a gorgeous figure and facial features. More than anything else, I was captivated by her almost otherworldly golden blonde hair. Her long hair was almost as brilliant as the sun itself. But not a moment later. Uh-oh. I, or the girl who bumped into me. What? I, or the girl who bumped into me, to be precise, was surrounded by more than 10 men in black suits. Pause! She shot them a hostile glare upon their arrival. And they cautiously stepped towards me. Huh? Huh? Being spoken to in such a rude and pompous tone made me worry. The man had already drawn close, put his hand into his breast pocket. I thought it said he put his hand in her breast. I was like, yo, what is going on? And just as I cannot read. And just as he retrieved a certain black object. Come with me. I didn't think I was in the wrong to take that girl by the hand and run away. Who are we running from? Well, after giving it some deeper thought, it might have been hasty to assume they were drawing guns from the breast pocket in a society as gun-averse as Japan. On God, America be having school shootings like it's a trend. Anyways, he may have actually pulled out a transceiver, but either way, I ran for it. Violent-looking men were chasing a girl. Wouldn't anyone assure her safety first? No, not really. I mean, I'd mind my own business, but I mean, to each our own, I guess. As such, I didn't believe I had done anything wrong. Why are you moaning? Can you not run? Take him off! She lifted up the hem of her dress, and her heels definitely weren't cut out for running. Har! Hang on tight. We'd be in big trouble if she got hurt running in those heels. That much was obvious. As such, I only did what came naturally. I believe I had simply gone with the flow in the heat of the moment. Huh? There's so many of them. This was a surprise turn of events. This was a surprising turn of events. In the blink of an eye, what started out as only a handful of men quickly multiplied into the hundreds. If this kept up, I would have ran out of stamina and they would eventually catch up. Was it actually a good idea for me to run away in the first place? She wasn't resisting me in the slightest, so I assumed I hadn't made the wrong choice. But just to make sure, you do want to get away from those people, right? If that's how she felt, then I guess it was okay. Oh. It would be bad if this turned into an endurance contest. I turned off the main road and slipped through back alleys, partially to throw them off. Even though their huge convoy attempted to keep up. We're pushing through, hang on tight. I sped up in an instant. Was I showing off by telling her to hang on tight? Well, whatever. Okay, interesting.
Sylvie, デラックスメロンパン買えた?
Gal.
あれ?
Who that? Y'all like that? A little out of breath, I guess. Crap, they're persistent. Isn't there anywhere to hide? Somewhere nearby? After weaving through the back alleys of the shopping district, we eventually found ourselves near Hamamatsu Lake. Uh-oh, this spelled trouble. The perfect visibility and lack of roads more or less made us sitting ducks. Where? Alright. With her guiding the way, we headed toward the lake. That man must be strong. Or she's just very light. We came across a hill near Hamamatsu Lake. Given the abundant thickets, it looked like a great place to hide. Where are you hiding? Why didn't you say so? But your heels. Huh? She slipped out of my arms, gave me a quick wink, then removed her heels and tucked them like they were nothing. She rolled up her gown and tied it roughly, yet securely in place. Sure. She took no issues with getting her beautiful silken socks dirty, much less rolling up her dress into a ball at her side. An outdated word popped into my mind. Top molar. Tomboy.
忘れてた。自己紹介しなくちゃ。シルビアよ。シルビア・ル・クルスクラウン。
Sylvia. Syria? I'm kidding. Sylvia. Right. She introduced herself with a smile, whispering with all her might. A single glance at her face instantly told me she was a foreigner. Yeah, clearly. The manner in which she curtsied and bowed her head was elegant and all already.
シルビーと呼んでちょうだい。
Hmm? Oh, it's Odo. Ichimatsu Odo.
ほら、素敵。
Odo.
私の国で黄金という意味だわ。
Oh, thanks. Sylvie seemed pretty chill for someone who was being chased by kidnappers. In any case, we kept making our way swiftly down the road. Incidentally, where did this path lead? Actually, why was there a road on a desolate hill? Hey, that's a lot of good questions. Huh.
到着。
Wow, that's a nice place. Gates? A school? A massive building had been built on this once empty hill a few years ago. There was a tall, lavish gate that extended behind it. Beyond that, there was a Western-style palace that seemed incredibly out of place in Japan. At the very least, I couldn't tell what this building was supposed to be. I should have read what the sign next to the gate was said if I was going to start drawing conclusions. Noble Private Academy. So this is where Noble Academy is?
ご存知？
More or less, since I do live in the city. All I knew was that it was a school for the super rich. Yeah, clearly she has money. It had only been around for a couple of years, but had made headline due to a decent percentage of Japan's politicians and bureaucrats sending their children here. I had heard that it was in this city, but I never knew its exact location. It was unexpectedly close by my house. Come to think of it, I guess I had heard Sylvie's name recently. Around April or so, I think. Something about a princess from some country. Was going to enroll in Noble Private Academy starting this year.
シルビア王女がさらわれただと?
Dang. We just finessed the princess. What a shocker. When I turned around, I discovered a woman with unquestionable might burst from the building with an ear-piercing shriek. All I see is boobs. They are speaking to me. She must not have had the time to open the locked gate and simply leapt over it instead. Wait, that gate was at least 3 meters high. As she shouted into the cell phone in her hand.
即刻市内全域を緊急隔離。この国の警察は当てにならん。奇心派大ゼロ部隊を動かせ。
She's right there, bro.
言い訳はいい。今そちらへ行く。待っていろ。
あら、エル、お出かけかしら。
はい、シルビー様。緊急事態です。今、シルビー様がさらわれたと。は？
What's wrong with her face?
エキスナ、ボラルコーチェ。こちら現在学園の門の前。シルビス。シルビア王女がいらっしゃるのだが、私をからかったのではないのだな。わかった。お前たちは後で始末書を出すように。姫様。
I'm gonna put it on audio.
オートで流しま何をピリピリしているの？おかしなエル。
誘拐されたと聞き、心臓が止まるかと思いました。
I didn't really get it either, but if my intuition was correct, I would likely be in poor standing with this person.
貴様が誘拐犯か！
Whoa! Swing! I was sent flying before I even had the chance to panic, thus slamming my head into the ground. My wrists were firmly bound and I was arrested. However, my eyes were left pinning the moment I had been hurled, so what did it matter? This is what I thought as my consciousness faded. All I wanted was to be golden. If there was a girl in distress, I would save her. That was the least I could do. As a result, I played into a foolish escape plan and got knocked out by a girl. You couldn't ask for a lamer ending than that. Showing off only caused problems. Damn, that sucks. What an L. Oh, Odo. 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 Odo.
シルビア様、シルビア・ル・クルス・クラウン、ソルティレージュ・シサー様は
That was a really long name.
誉れ高きソルティレージュ王国王家シスア家のご息女であらせられる。
You're a princess?
日本風に言うとそうなるわね。
ソルティレージュ国の第9王女、すなわち我が祖国ソルティレージュの司法とも呼ぶべきお方なのだが、そのことは知っていたか？
First I've heard of it.
そうか。ではひとまず腕を取るのはやめよう。ボラルコーチェ、剣を離せ。
はい。
The old man, who had practically bound me from head to toe, weighted me down and backed away with his saber drawn.
もうエルったらボラルコーチェにエキスナも誤解だと言ってるでしょ。
Yeah, you tell her. I had taken every ounce of strength up until this point and not wet myself. While I was unconscious, they had tied me up and carried me in the room inside the academy. A large fraction of my earlier, black-suited pursuers gathered around me in that small room, with at least 100 more outside. It was probably safe to assume that there was no escape. They were likely irritated I had shaken off such a huge force and glared at me harshly. My only ally.
彼は私が襲われていると勘違いして助けてくれた。それだけよ。
Was this girl. It was a stroke of good luck that this princess, who was under the care of these black-suited men, was on my side.
しかしシルビア王女はそう見せかけて本気でたばかる気だったかも。
あ、それはあるかも。
She wasn't very reliable, though. The leader of the black-suited men had a scary look in her eyes, and she was the only one not wearing a simple black suit, but some rather foreign-looking garb. Could it be a rubber? Pilably soft with custom-tailored seams. It was designed not to hinder her movements, yet still protect her body with its large metal platings. Wouldn't that make it armor, then? Which meant that the long cylinder hanging from her waist was likely a scabbard, and that she was carrying a sword. Scary. Sword, those
なんです？
milkies.
ジロジロと見て。
Sorry, those milkies are in the way. Well, was that so legit? I wanted to ask, but was terrified of the answer.
エルは美人だから殿方は見ちゃうわよね。
シルビー様。
That wasn't really it. But yeah, I guess she was gorgeous.
紹介するわ、オーラ。こちらこの駅士のエロイナ・ディ・カバレロイスタ。エルと呼んで。
So she's basically named Heroine. Her parents must really hate her.
私のそうね、一番のお友達よ。
A pleasure. Heroina. Nope, let's not make fun of her name. She was carrying a blade and all. I already did that. Too late. So then Sylvia-san. Sama, then. That was probably more formal.
そんなかしこまらなくて結構よ。気軽にシルビーと呼んでほしいわ。
Then Sylvie. Jesus Christ. Asama.
もう
Hey, hop off my sack, bro. Royalty. That word sounded like it came straight out of a fantasy, but it was actually a relatively commonplace system in the world around us. We had an imperial family in Japan ourselves, and while you could call it a democracy, the politicians were all like royals who concentrated their authority under a single lineage ever since the Meiji Restoration. Certainly was also a name that I had heard before. They were a small but powerful nation located in northern Europe, and were said to wield immense clout through their trades within the EU. I had read about them on various news sites, and the royal sortilege family were supposedly the biggest Japanophiles in Europe. What? There had been some talk of a princess studying abroad recently. Oh, that must have been Sylvia-san. Anyhow, that makes you a princess, which means these guys are your bodyguards, right?
みんな私の頼れる護衛従者よ。
我らはソルティレージュ王室を代々お守りする騎士員のものだ。
Knights. Yet another word that came straight out of a fantasy. Elisan's outfit did evoke a certain knightly impression, though. Upon closer inspection, I could see how sharply dressed the black-suited individuals were. They had an orderly air to them that screamed modern-day knight. Not a single one of them looked like a kidnapper. I was a moron for jumping to conclusions. On God.
騎士員のみんなはすごく優秀なのよ。交通網とともに外交の広がった20世紀以降ですら王室に危険が及んだことなんて一度もないくらい。
歴々の誇りを汚さぬよう我らも精進いたします。
だから私も安心なの。私は王室といっても第9王女、王位継承権にはだいぶ遠いのだけれど、でもみんな私の護衛のために家族を国に置いて日本語までマスターしてついてきてくれたのよ。
我らはソルティレージュに忠誠を誓ったもの。
シルビア様のお身のためならば国境のためなどあってなきがごとく。
シルビア王女万歳！王女様万歳！
That was some impressive charisma. They all seemed to admire her, regardless of her social standing. Being a Japanese person, it didn't quite hit me that this was what royalty and guards were like. That sudden revelation only piqued my interest further. So, what happened earlier? Anyone would be concerned after the city-wide banter.
あれは
そうでした。それも聞かないと。シルビー様、お昼休みに学園を抜け出してどこへ行かれていたのです？
Sylvia's son turned away with an uneasy look on her face. She snuck out of the academy during lunch. The royals at night, who were straight out of a fantasy, suddenly uttered lines you could find in an everyday school-based manga.
確かなことは申せませんが、シルビア様が常々近くのパン屋のメロンパンに興味をお持ちでしたこと。本日突然昼食はいらぬと申し出しましたこと。
昨日そのパン屋が美味しかったと話されていた語学友の妃様と一緒に抜け出していたことに鑑みますに。
シルビー様。
Before we go on, I just realized something. I forgot to say something. So the reason why I decided to start playing this was because on Steam, I had gotten an email that this game was on sale and it had like, I think it was like $10 less than what it actually costed. And I was like, you know what? That sounds like a pretty good deal. I'm gonna use this opportunity to buy it and play it. As for the other visual novel that I'm working on, I've been contemplating about trying to upload it as much as I can more frequently and worry less about the other games that I've been playing and this one as well, because again, these visual novels are stupid long. But I don't know, that's still to be determined. I'm still not sure, but you guys will know with time. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, I'm done talking.
それで抜け出したシルビア様を追跡し、見つけまして戻るようお伝えしたところ、予想外に抵抗されたのでございます。
市松さんが来たのがちょうどそこですね。
I was pretty embarrassed for showing off and making a break for it at that time.
だってまだ変えてなかったんだもの。あと30秒待ってくれればよかったのに。
昼休みとはいえ学園を抜け出すこと、加えて買い食い、どちらも学則に違反します。
Couldn't you just buy it on your way home?
あのお店のメロンパンはすごい人気なの。3時を過ぎたらほぼ売り切れちゃってるのよ。
買いに行くのが難しいというお気持ちはわかりますが、だったらエキスナにでも命じればよろしいのでは。
あ、その手があったわね。
She's so dumb. If that were the case, then why was I still being held captive and tied up into a little bar? The tremendous amount of effort being wasted in that moment left me exhausted. Well, I understand what I've done now. In a nutshell, I had shown off and barged my way into a world I was never meant to interact with. Will I be charged for kidnapping?
そうなります。ボラルコーチェ、凝結剤の用意はできていますか？腕は落としても命までは取らぬように。
心得ております。
Hold on a second. I'd finally gotten a handle on the situation, but I could seriously do without the blades. The older man, especially, had his sword drawn the entire time. I understand I made a mistake, but you're in the wrong here too. I was only worried for her safety. Don't you see that?
そうよみんな。オーロはいい人だと思うわ。
It would be a huge problem if I were to lose an arm over this. I pleaded my case desperately. The black suited guards hadn't turned on me yet thanks to Sylvia's son backing me up, but...
ことはそう単純ではありません。
Hell, get off my sack. Man, I hate her so much. Like, why is she... Her friends literally telling her, bro, chill out. And she's like, I'm afraid there's no... Chop his pee-pee off. Like, bro, leave me alone. God dang, she's so annoying. Excuse me?
我らもバカではない。誤解であろうことは分かっています。だが、あろうで判断するわけにはいかないから、 現在機構の身の上を精査しているところです。
Investigating me?
現在まで入っている情報では、名前は市松王子。
Oro. The last character in my name can be read as Oro.
失敬。市松王路殿。
いい名前よね。
縁起が良いですな。
Oji probably would have been an even better omen, though, since that would translate to the Japanese word for prince.
おお、英語で言うプリンスを日本では王子というのだったわね。
Not that it really matters, though. More importantly, I was worried how deep their investigation was going to go, especially with how much effort they were putting into comprehending the characters in my name. The documents Alice-san was perusing were densely worded. It had only been around half an hour. Just how in depth had their investigation into my private life gone?
市松王路。宗教的、経済的に特に危険思想らしき面は見られない。
Luckily, they generally seemed willing to listen. The reason they were doing their jobs as Sylvia-san's bodyguards by confirming I wasn't the sort of person who would conspire or abduct a member of the royal family. Fair. But Ellen needs to hop off my sack still. I'm sorry. Looks like I was saved. I was an ordinary commoner, as utterly peaceful as could be. Just a young man, the sort you could find anywhere.
先日インターネット通販で父親のパスを使って18金のゲームを購入していますね。黒きバラの姫騎士ローザ、クッ殺せ、純真な姫は多くの種汁になど屈しない。何ですこれは。
種汁？
Huh? Wide-eyed? What? Royalty had some impressive intelligence gathering
女
capabilities.
性を凌辱することを主題に置いたゲームですな。
What?
貴様、シルビア様に近づいた理由はそれか。
Dang, that sucks. It's not like that. Being a typical young man had clearly backfired on me.
王女にその乱りがわしいことをしようという思想はあるのだろう。
I mean, on an extraordinarily generic level, but not enough that I would actually consider it. Also, it was because she was a princess knight. The princess part was a bonus. Her primary attribute was being a female knight.
Huh?
Probably shouldn't have told a legit female knight that.
貴様
He's so stupid. It's a huge misunderstanding.
ねえ、エキスナ、凌辱って何？
不明です。日本語は難しいですね。調べちゃダメですよ。
ボラルコーチェ、嫌疑はいかほどです。この男は腕を取るべきか。
Please don't.
まあまあ、落ち着いてください、部隊長殿。若い男のこと、これぐらいが俗という。
Oh my god, finally someone that understands. Luckily, the older man intervened.
それにこのゲーム、なかなか評判がよろしいようですぞ。ほうほう、シナリオ担当は
How does he know?
良いご趣味をされてますな。
This gentleman was pretty in the know, huh?
人気に押されてという面もございましょう。これだけで人格を判断するのはいささか乱暴かと。
まあいい。まだ嫌疑は不十分としておきます。
What was perhaps the wisdom that came with age had calmed me down.
父上の ID を使うのはいかがかと思いますがな。
How old is he, bro? I apologize for that. This too was typical for any young man.
他には、特になし。
The scope of her investigation didn't appear to have turned up anything especially suspicious. Sus. She set the documents face down.
だがこれは。
She was still suspicious of me. This time, her eyes darted towards my confiscated belongings. Elisa-san searched my pockets, revealing my wallet, smartphone, house key, and...
チョコボーラ
I bought those at the convenience store earlier. They were ordinary sweets.
いいわね、チョコボーラ。私も大好きよ。でも変ね。パッケージが赤いわ。
いちご味？おかしい。チョコボールはナッツとキャラメル味しかないはずです。
Nut flavor.
違法な薬の梱包にお菓子を偽ったパックを使うのは運び屋の常套手段。
Strawberry, green tea, and other flavors are regularly available in Japan. They might only export limited varieties overseas, though.
そうなんだ。10年ぶりの日本だけど知らなかったわ。 お一ついいかしら。
Go ahead.
おいしい。
姫様、いけません。ペしてペン。
This was turning into more of a comedy skit by the second, but I was still out. This was turning into more of a comedy skit by the second, but I was still wrapped up with a gigantic saber laid beside me.
久しぶりね、チョコボーロ。
昔からお好きでしたの。そういえば。
ジーヤにはよく無理を言ってたくさん買ってこさせたわよね。私この子大好きなの。ユロちゃん、かわいい。
She poked at the character on the packaging, which resembled a round baby chick. It was most important that she had taken a liking to it, circumstances aside. After eating a couple of pieces, she put it back with my belongings.
ねえエル、私やっぱりどう考えてもオーロが悪い人だとは思えないわ。
She's trusting us a little too much.
だってあんなに楽しかったのは初めてだもの。殿方に連れられて街を逃避行だなんて。はあ。
What's the way? The way she put it kind of made me blush.
まあ悪い人でないというのは根拠のない直感だけど、まず彼とあんなことになったのは私が彼にぶつかりに行ったからよ。みんな見ていたわよね。
はい。
それに誘拐犯なら逃げ道くらい用意するでしょうに、私に言われた通りこの学園やってきたのよ。それも途中から私を離して一人で走らせて。はい、これが証拠よ。
She gently lifted up the hem of her skirt and revealed her beat up holy socks from running on the concrete.
以上、こんな愉快な誘拐犯さんがいるかしら。
That's right. That's right. Not only had she saved me, but she was offering up a well-reasoned defense while keeping her cool. Despite her absent-minded behavior, her mind remained sharp. However,
シルビア様、ですからこれはそう単純な問題ではありません。
what? Her defense sounded flawless to me. Not only was Sylvia-san battling for me, but all of this blank-suited guards surrounding us were witnesses. But
シルビア様のおっしゃることはもっともではある。思想背景の調査は途中だが、これはもう形骸的なものだと考えていい。
on my sack still, alright.
姫騎士の件はともかく。
I apologize for that.
問題は事実として、貴公の手でシルビア様が我ら護衛を務める騎士院から強奪されたことにあります。例えば貴公が花屋から花を盗んだとしよう。わざと一輪ポケットに突っ込んで店を出た。これは紛れもなく罪です。ですが、ふと落ちた花が一輪ポケットに入ってしまい、貴公が気づかずに店を出る。これもまた罪であることに変わりはないのです。
Yeah. Now that she mentioned
無
it,
論花屋のことであれば気づいた時点で引き返し現物を戻せば罪には問われまい。だが王族に同じことをすればそれは極刑に値します。
well, even in Japan, I'm sure the cops will show up if someone kidnapped the little kid and turn themselves in later, claiming it was all a mix-up. I understood her logic.
我ら騎士院の伝統に従えば王族をかどわかした者の刑罰で最も軽いものは利き腕の没収です。いかがかな？
I get where she was coming from, but I'd sooner not have my life or arm taken from me, or I can't beat up.
私も嫌よエル。腕を取るなんて血がすごく出るわ。
シルビー様ならそうおっしゃられるでしょう。ですがエキスナ、公安はどうなった？
The authorities?
もういいと言っても市松さんの情報をどんどん送ってくる。収まりそうにありません。あなた2週間前にもエッチなゲームを買ってるわね。やりすぎじゃない？
That's totally normal. Hey, wait a second. When you say the authorities, do you mean the police?
ああ、貴公が逃げた時この国の警察も同時に動いている。
貴公のしたことはれっきとした国際問題ですから。
Bruh. That made sense.
留学時の取り決めで王族に気球の事態があれば日本警察は超法規的に我々に裁量権を委ねるため現時点で貴公の身は我々に委ねられています。だがシルビア様のおっしゃる通り貴公を無罪放免とすれば 今度は日本の公安がキコを捕まえることになる。
超法規的措置を放棄するわけですからな。当然今度は日本の警察が裁きにかかるわけです。
What? This had turned into a major incident before I even knew it. Why is that?
我らが超法規的な存在、つまり日本警察の関与しない存在だからです。
でなければ公安は対面上飛行を取り囲んでいる我々を拉致暴行未遂としてしょっぴかねばなりませんからな。
True. If I were innocent, this would amount to mob violence. They would all be guilty of crimes of their own.
我々と日本警察は裁量を共通しないわけです。我々があなたを無実にしても国賓への拉致誘拐事件の容疑者、それが我々の裁量を外れた時点での日本警察にとってのあなたの立場です。
Hate it here. But couldn't the police also find me innocent?
ならんでしょうな。あなたが国賓を捕まえて逃げたのは確かですから。
Ooh.
日本の刑法には詳しくない。他国の王室に誘拐の嫌疑がかかることをしたことでキコにどんな罪状が課せられるかは知らない。
しかし日本国の対面上国際関係を重視して誘拐犯のことは最低でもシルビア様がご卒業され国に帰るまでの間は外に出さぬでしょうな。
取り調べの形でシルビア様ご卒業まであと1年半、特例措置として延々交流延長し続けて、罪状をどうするかはその後ね。
Please give me a break. I assumed that meant I'd be thrown in jail. My life would be harsher than a reform school, and I'd be all alone. Losing a year and a half of my life would be rough, and I definitely didn't want that to happen.
だから今困っています。腕と交流、どっちがいい？
Neither. That went beyond an ultimatum. There was no way I could choose.
公安から寄せられた彼の情報が揃いましたけど、やはり問題のある失踪は見られませんね。
ということはやはりあれは善意からの逃避行。我らも責めたくはないのですが。
Could you just let me go
外に
there?
出たら公安に捕まりますよ。
Please let me stay here. What a dilemma. I guess getting the approval of everyone here wasn't enough. With that, Sylvia-san put her fingers against her cheeks and said,
エキスナ、公安の方々には何て伝えたの？
正体不明の男に王女様がかどわかされたと。
そう。ああ、こういうのはどうかしら。
Sylvia-san popped her hands together.
オーロ、あなた、このノーブル学園の生徒にならない？
Not a bad idea. I'm liking the sound of that. Huh? Way too fast and then way too slow.
あなたは今日転入する手はずだったの。それで私はあなたを案内してあげたのよ。正体不明の男でなくお友達なの。私を連れ去った男は、ジーヤたちはそれを勘違いしたで、ちょっと恥ずかしい立場になってしまうけど。
我らの恥は問題ではございません。シルビア様のお気持ち一つにございます。
じゃああとはオーロの気持ち一つね。どうかしら、オーロ。
Moving in. Wasn't this a school for the super rich? It might have been a sense suggestion, but it was economically questionable. More than that, I wasn't in a position to really consider going to school
ダ
anymore.
メなの？
Well, I
腕か交流か転入です。
will move in. When she put it that way, I had no choice but to give them an immediate answer. What the f? Put it that way, I had no choice but to give the immediate answer.
やったこれでオーロはクラスメートね。
Everyone around us looked a bit puzzled, but
ジーヤ、手続きはよろしく。
Silver-san had already made up her mind. With that, the army of black-suited guards surrounding us.
了解しました。そのように処置いたします。
お願い。
はい。
すべてはシルビア様の望む通りに。
They dispersed, looking like they were approved. looking like they approved. It appeared that this princess's orders were absolute. Things were still a little chaotic, but it gave me a peace of mind that the old man with the saber had left. Additionally, judging by her visible elation, Sylvia-san seemed much more relaxed and stress-free. Shut up, Ella. Go to bed.
参ったな。
Heck yeah, she should. That's our bait. Later. Yeah? What happened later?
シルビ
Ooh,
ー様、
nice.
午後の授業始まっています。お早く。
はいはい。
Ella-san urged Sylvia-san along before rushing off. Come to think of it, it was just before 2 p.m. Less than 2 hours had passed since I ran off with the princess during her lunch break. It had been a very eventful hour. It was almost nostalgic, as I hadn't been using my time wisely lately.
市松様、日本警察への伝達が済みました。外に出ても結構です。
Thank goodness. A large weight had been lifted from our shoulders. Even though I was still surrounded by men in black suits, the old man was no longer carrying his sword. Looks like I managed to escape this crisis unscathed. In exchange for moving into the school, that is. I'm gonna ask this again just to be sure, but I'm seriously going to attend this school?
手続きは私どもで済ませます。入試の類も免除していただきましょう。追っては煩わせません。
シルビア様がそう望まれ、あなたも肯定した以上、保護にするのは避けていただきたいですな。
Oof. It was a little unsettling considering how sudden all of this was, but...
まあよろしいではありませんか。年齢もちょうどのようですし。
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
市松様は前の学園はもう退学なさっていますでしょ？
Yeah. They looked into everything, huh? That was why I was strolling around town in the middle of a weekday afternoon. Sylvia-san seemed to have snuck out of school, but I wasn't attending classes in the first place.
それが労せず日本有数のエリート校に入れたと思えばむしろ得だとは思いませんか？
将来進学や就職を考えても良い工程ですぞ。日本国は出身校が特に就職に極めて重要だそうで。
They had a point. Perhaps I should start thinking about my future. I already have my grievances with this game. I hate how in the other mode, there's no bar like in Cafe Stella that tells me when they're done talking because I keep skipping their dialogue. And then I hate how freaking annoying the settings are with the speed. Like it's either way too slow or it's way too fast. I hate it. Okay, sorry, I'm done talking crap. Well, thank you for taking care of me all the same.
はい。明日までに転入手続きは済ませておきます。
With that, the old man's expression, which had been largely unreadable until now, broke into a broad smile.
これで先ほどの行為は明確にシルビア様によるお友達のための道案内ということになりました。追いかけ回し、まして取り調べにかけた非礼、どうぞお許しください。
Both of them bowed deeply. Wait, you don't need to do that. I knew they were just being courteous and going along with the story they'd cook up, but it was still unsettling. However, neither of them raised their heads.
どうか謝罪をお受けください。勘違いしてシルビア様の友人を追いかけるなど、我らソルティレージ騎士員の沽券に関わる恥です。
私めの若い自分であれば、こんな失態があれば当該の責任者である副長、この私めの腕を取って献上するところですが。
Chill. What's with them in arms? Do they have a fetish? What?
冗談です。
He lifted his head with a laugh. That scared me. He'd mentioned something like that earlier too. If it were a joke, then I wish they'd knock it off. Were their sensitivities different from those of old Jap? Were their sensitivities different from those of Japanese people?
感覚が日本人とは違うとお思いですかな?
Not at all. He saw straight through me. What a mysterious old man.
確かに感覚は違うやもしれませんな。日本人でしたら腹を切るところでしょう。
That is from a different era. That was an exaggeration, even if you went an era back. Or so I thought, but...
しかし違う感覚は文化だけ。 我々も心根は日本人と、少なくともこの学園の建てられた意義と同じであることをくれぐれもご留意ください。
Sir?
あらゆる諸者諸業にはすべからく責任が伴います。人が生まれ生きる上で無駄なことなど何一つない。それがこのノーブル学園の根底だからこそ、シルビア様はご留学をお決めになった。無駄な時間などない。あらゆる時間に腕を取られ、腹を切るくらいの価値を見出してくださいませ。
Alright, sir.
姫様のご友人であればなおさら。
Right. He replied with a serious look on his face. I was left bewildered, unsure of what he was saying. Well, nothing is meaningless. Those words really struck a chord with me. Then...
ねえ、やっぱ遅れちゃった。
おや、妃様。もう授業は始まっておりますよ。
ああ、ジーヤさん。ジース。もう、シルビー見つかったなら早く教えてよ。探したよ。
失礼を。しかし私どもはあなた様まで外にいることは知らない手はずでしたゆえ。
チェー。その人誰？新しい騎士さん？
編入生にございます。明日より妃様にとっても同級のご学友になられます。
へえ。
The girl eyed me closely, and so did I. I looked at her up and down. Was she a student here too? After dealing with a princess and a lady knight, I was under the impression only rich girls attended the school given its elite nature. But she kind of looked like an ordinary trendy girl.
あれ？自分さっき街にいなかった？
Huh?
ほら、1時間くらい前、駅前のナックでシェイク買ってたっしょ。私の前に並んでたよ。
Yeah, I was at the NCDs before running into Sylvia-san, but I don't recall anyone lining up behind me though.
覚えてるよ。平日の昼間なのに学校行ってないのかなって思って。
I like this girl's vibe better.
なんだよ、転入かよ。じゃあ今日は手続き的なのだった。
Yeah, something like that. I wasn't totally about to get my pee-pee cut off or anything. Yeah, I guess. That was how it turned out just a short time ago. The two men in black suits were forcing a smile.
私レイナ。キサキレイナね。よろ。
Yeah, likewise. I'm Odo. Ichimatsu Odo.
オーロね。覚えた。
Reina smiled wide. Unlike the transcendently beautiful Sylvia-san or Ella, she had a cute, ordinary face full of Japanese charm.
授業 B は。じゃあジーヤさんにオーロ。鳥間挨拶までってことで。
She gave us a quick wink and turned away.
ああ、妃様。
はい。あ。
When he called out at her, Reina quickly realized what she was. What? Oh, when he called out at her, Reina quickly realized what she was holding. It'd be pretty bad if she walked into class with a candy.
あー。Hey オーロ。パス。
Hmm? She had handed it over.
あげる。裾上げ？
お裾分け。
それそれ。じゃ。
And away she went. All she left in her wake was a round candy with teeth marks in it. Throw that away. Is it really okay for a princess to attend a school like this?
シルビア様の望んだことです。
Alright, whatever the princess says, I guess. In the end, I returned
こ
home.
の学園は全寮制ですゆえ、引っ越す準備をお願いします。必要な荷物をまとめてください。5時にお伺いします。
We're about to see some boobs. I'm sorry. I'm moving in too?
規則ですので。
This drastic lifestyle change was kind of overwhelming, but
そこの君、話を聞かせてほしいんだが。
yes?
警察のものです。
Oh. He showed me his
お
identification.
話はこちらでします。
ああ、どうも。
市松様は荷物をまとめてくださいね。
Sama, I like that. Yes, ma'am. Looks like I had nowhere to run. Get caught up with the cops. Afterward, when I got home, the cops had apparently talked to my parents, and they gave me one heck of a talking to. I hadn't done anything wrong, and I made it a priority to calm them down. and explained that the thing they were most concerned about, namely the tuition fee for attending a super rich school, was fully covered. Was that really okay? As a result, a dropout like me managed to enroll in one of the most elite schools in Japan, all for carrying a girl and running. Nice. That aspect piqued my parents' interest. With that, I ended up packing my belongings just like I was told. What was going to happen to me going forward? Clack. On the hub. Click, click, click. On the hub. Yes, sir. Who is this? I booted on my computer and opened a video file. A file containing the diva Maria Bishop. Ah, so soothing. I put the song on repeat. Bro, what are you listening to? Starting tomorrow, well, things would work out somehow, no matter where I moved there. I'd be fine so long as I could hear this beautiful voice. I'd be put asleep, I'd be. Kinkoi. Nice. Is the prologue over? It's not. Okay. Looks like it isn't. Noble Private Academy. The basis of its educational policy was a pressure-free education. Pressure-free education. A so-called education free of cramming that the generation slightly older than us fully enjoyed. Nowadays, middle-aged men and women were critical of young people having downtime. It wasn't intended to promote an easygoing education, but more so allowed students with ability to study something in the free time they had been given. It was similar to how teachers would give more independent study projects for homework over study break. Wow, they should have just called it expertise training instead. I wasn't sure what the end result was, though. While averages supposedly dropping nationwide, more students won golden medals at academic world competitions. Well, in any case, upon its inception, Noble Academy was specifically tailored to this concept of a pressure-free education. Had it only been a few years since it was built, it certainly wasn't around when I was a kid, right? Either way, it being a pressure-free environment was one of the school's unique selling points. The term itself was coined by all the political initiatives at the time, which promised to reduce the time investment involved in academics. These same politicians, however, did not explicitly state how that newly freed time would be allotted to an individual's field of expertise. Noble Academy were the ones to come out and say as much. Hence, expertise training, which was why ordinary classes only accounted for half of the school day, while the other half allowed students to take classes in their field of choice. Overall, it would only amount to a school with a slightly heavy emphasis on club activities. But at Noble Academy, these elective courses did not have a lighter workload by any means. There was nothing pressure-free about them, and yet the school had seemingly made use of its political and business connections to procure teachers who were experts in their fields for those classes. Elitism was an outdated term, but it had been given new life here in Japan, where everyone held hands in a harmonious fashion. An elite rearing system. That was Noble Academy. Alright, that's cool and all, but can we see some boobs or something? And it was said to be a school where one studied nobility. Well, all plans for pressure-free education ended in failure, but Noble Academy's expert planning policy was well received by parents who wanted their children to have an extraordinary upbringing. Elite rearing system had a certain direct, fancy ring to it. Politicians and affluent members of society had once gathered here. As a result, the school received a flood of admission applications from across Japan and exceeded 100 times the academy's capacity. This would only provide them even more publicity the coming year. At this point in time, not even 1 in 1,000 people were admitted in this academy. Is it really okay for someone like me to go to this school?
シルビア王女のご意向ですので。
Royalty was incredible. Whew. Well, not like I could do anything about it. Better to just set my sights on graduation and dream of a bright and shining future. As long as I graduated, yesterday's incident would be water under the bridge. I would be recognized as a Noble Academy graduate. It was vulgar of me to say, but I found the prospect to be very appealing.
はい、頑張ってください。
あら、
おはようございます。
I was a student too? Dang. Alright, look at this milk. Ah, hello. It was the princess and Lady Knight from yesterday.
嬉しい
Hey,
わ。
Sylvia, back the
今日
freak
クラ
up.
スメートね。
6 feet, girl, dang. Looks like it.
私も同様です。よろしくお願いします。
Yeah. She was a little scary. Yeah, I'd be scared too. I could like get suffocated with those juggers. Anyways, she was a little scary. And
グエ、
What the freak? What is that? I caught a glimpse of it earlier, but something was walking around on two legs by Sylvie's feet. Was it a machine? I couldn't see it as anything but a toy.
紹介するわオーラ。私のお友達でキュロちゃんよ。
Kuro-chan. Is that Kuro-chan from the chocolate bolos? Definitely looked familiar.
かわいいでしょ。
No.
チョコボーロのラブリッチマークでもらえるおもちゃの缶詰についてきたのよ。
I'm familiar with it. Every Japanese person dreamt of having at least one, but 90% failed. I was collecting them too. But the toys aren't supposed to be able to talk.
うん。この子はね、うちでカスタマイズしたの。
Oh, so it's a toy. Okay, got
ソ
it.
ルティレージが誇る科学力の粋を集め、人工知能を搭載した
Oh,
のです
that's sick. The Certolage seems like a fantasy world and more sci-fi.
我が国の科学技術は世界的に有名ですよ。米国やイギリス、ロシアの軍隊も3割が我が国の軍需企業ベルリオーズの特許物を使っています。
Astounding.
ちなみにキュロ殿も今や可愛いだけでなく立派な軍事兵器です。
It was at that moment when... Uh-oh. A huge buzzing wasp flew by and was aimed right at Sylvie. Watch out! Huh? Oh, dang. It disintegrated? Lasers shot out from the toy's eyes and instantly reduced the wasp to
彼
ash.
一人で武装したネイビー100人とも渡り合える最新鋭の兵器技術が詰まっています。
What the freak?
もう、キュロちゃんは可愛いだけでいいの
On
に。
God, bro. Jeez, that thing is scary now.
普段はそれで結構です。しかし今後は常におそばに置いておいてください。二度と誘拐事件などが起こらぬように。
Shut up, Al. Hop off my sack. Jeez.
はーい。
A pet and a bodyguard? Huh. I'm pretty sure this wasn't around yesterday.
ちょうどメンテナンスの日でしたので、
Would I have been in danger if that thing had been around?
即死とは言いませんが、ただでは済まなかったでしょうね。
Oh, okay. That's good enough. Ugh. Scary.
それで、時間まだあるかしら。
30分ほど。
じゃあ学園をできるだけ案内するわ。来て、オーラ。
When did I say yes, Sylvia? When? I'm kidding. No, but seriously, when did I say yes? Oh, sure. Just like before, I was getting dragged along by a princess. Sylvie's toy, Kuro-chan, tagged along with us and was propelled by small jets under its feet. I thought you were pretty cool. It can fly?
あれくらいは普通です。
That's so sick, actually. It's still kinda...
あっちが食堂、あっちが武道場。
The on-site facilities were identical to what you'd find at an ordinary academy. With it being brand new, the campus was practically spotless, but there was nothing especially unique about it. More importantly, what was it? It was like something about this place felt familiar to me. Deja vu. It was difficult to describe, but maybe it was the feel of the wind or how everyone smelled. It was like the old childhood of my memory.
でねでね、ここはグラウンドがすごく広くて、私マラソンで一周するだけでヘトヘトに。
シルビー様、あと10分です。
あ、いけない。
We were apparently short on time.
じゃあオーラ、最後にとびきりの場所に案内するわ。
Fine. Huh? Whoa. She tugged on my hand. I followed her, and then...
すごいでしょ。
ノーブル学園の誇る音楽堂です。防音と反響は本格的な水準で計算されており、小型のホールと
That's
しても
pretty
使えます。
sick.
収容人数が100もないのが残念だけどね。ちょっとしたコンサートができるのよ。オーラ？
This place was...
何か？
Yeah. The interior, that antique piano. I knew this place. I knew it. I had been here before. Many times. Huh? Wasn't this place a church before?
知ってるの？
地元の方ならおかしくはないですが、奇遇ですね。この場所はノーブル学園ができる前からあったそうです。それで学園を作るとき、せっかくなのでと再利用されることに。
私も昔来たことがあるの。大好きだったわ。ここが再利用されてると聞いたのも留学を決めた理由の一つや。
Everything they said went in one ear and out the other. On God. Memories were flooding back to me with each passing second. That familiar feeling I got earlier hadn't been wrong. I'd visited this place many years ago. I'd happened to come to the empty shore where Noble Academy now stood, likely for a camp or something similar. That was when I saw dilapidated church, which was when...
ねえ、イチ、離れ離れになっても友達よね。
シルビア様、あと3分です。
おっと、もう限界か。
我々は参ります。市松殿は職員室へ。
Yeah. I saw the two of them off. A part of me wanted to stay in this concert hall a while longer, but...
市松様、こちらです。
Yes, ma'am. First, I needed to finish transferring in. Alright, she had handled all of the paperwork for me.
教室はあちらです。
Yes, ma'am. She pointed at the classroom Soria-san and Natalie-san had gone into yesterday. Alright, I guess it was finally time. I'll be going now, Exna-san.
いってらっしゃいませ。
I had more or less made friends with the black suited guard from yesterday and walked in the classroom, class 2A. I would be studying here going forward. Huh?
市松様、
What?
頑張ってください。
Shut up, don't tell me what to do. Jeez. No, I'm kidding. Maybe
今
not.
日から皆さんと学習を共にする市松くんです。市松王子くん？
Oro, actually. The last kanji in my name is pronounced as Ro. I'm Ichimatsu Oro. My new homeroom teacher introduced me as I stood at the podium. I bowed my head firmly to everyone in class. I'd gotten a good look at the uniforms yesterday, but noticed the collars were much stiffer than average. Either way, this looked like a fairly docile bunch. There were some familiar faces in the crowd too. Silver-san was waving her hand to me with a sweet smile. Edison was acting like an ordinary student. Maybe that was part of her job as Sylvie's guard?
何か挨拶を。
I like boobs. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, ma'am. I will be joining your class as of today. I hope we all get along. Opting for the extraordinary and extremely safe greeting seemed like the best way to go. It'd feel weird saying it out loud, but I was fairly confident in my communication skills. Dang, definitely not I. Enough to give off the aura of an easy to hang out with guy. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Plop. I bowed my head.
ほらね、庶民でしょ。
Oh, dang. Just like that. Huh?
わかりやすいくらい庶民よね。市松なんて聞いたこともないし。
また庶民が増えるのかよ、このクラス。いい加減にしてくれよ。
I don't know what that's about. It sounds kind of racist.
うちのクラス、庶民の受け皿だなんて思われてないか不安ですよ。
Alright.
まあまあみんな庶民にも寛容にうちのママがよく言っているよ。
What? What was all this tension? Half of the class looked disinterested, and the other half was cackling. They were laughing at me. Right? Why was I being laughed at?
はい、皆さん、市松くんに何か聞きたいことなど。
The teachers pushed the conversation along without a care.
はいはいはい。市松くんのお父さんのご職業は？
もうやめなよ男子。そういう恥ずかしいこと聞くの。私一度でいいので相手の方というお仕事の方にお会いしたいですわ。違いますかしら？
What? What kind of reaction was that? Yeah. Well, I was left standing there, utterly
皆
perplexed.
さん、お静かに。
Oh. A beautiful black-haired girl stood from her seat. A beautiful black-haired girl stood from her seat. The laughter embroiling the class immediately ceased and simmered down from cackles that amused smirks.
興味は尽きないところでしょうが、曲がりなりにも新しい仲間です。まずは歓迎しませんと、我々の品位に関わります。はじめまして、市松さん。私、このクラスの級長をしております。城ヶ崎彩香と申します。
Daniel, this is your favorite character? Not saying anything's wrong with it, but it's a pleasure. She seemed like the stereotypical upper class girl. At a cursory glance, I could see that there were 10 other girls just like her in the class, but she had the biggest presence of them all.
城ヶ崎さんはテレビ局の星テレビ会長一族のご令嬢だぞ。お前みたいな庶民でもわかるだろ。
あれ庶民の家でもテレビはあるよね。
There was that laughter again. Setting that aside, I've heard of Hoshi TV, yes.
あらそう。お気になさらないで。父は父、私は私です。
Nice to meet you, Jogasaki-san.
よろしくお願いします。
She bowed her head deeply. How polite. She really did have that high-class lady feel to her.
この教室は少々格差が激しいですけど、庶民だからって差別するようなことはないはずよ。ちょっと戸惑うこともあるでしょうけど、お気になさらず。
Yes, Ayako. Like it or not, her smile looked exactly the same as every other student in the classroom. She took a step back. Huh? What'd she do? She gave me a spritz of perfume in a showy fashion. Why? Why? Daniel. Why? I didn't think I particularly smelled bad or anything. No matter how slow on the uptake I might be, even I could sense the awful vibe circulating around the room.
他に質問はありませんね。では市松君、席についてください。
Will do. I didn't want to start fighting. I don't want to start a fight my first day to the new school. Better not let it get me down. I headed to my designated seat. See, I like Raina. See, she's a lot chiller. Hey, that girl I saw yesterday was in the seat along the way.
うし、気をつけて。
Why? Huh? She whispered something to me. Watch out for what? No sooner did I wonder, did the situation head in an unexpected direction. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
じゃ
Huh? Ow. I fell over. No, I was tripped.
おっと、足が当たってしまった。
Bruh. Do it the American way. Right the bare arms. Before I could even stand, I heard a roar of laughter from the class
気
behind
を
me.
つけてくれよ。僕のズボンはパリの仕立て屋に頼んだもの
Dude,
なんだか
shut
ら。
up.
汚したりしたら。
This whole predicament.
あら、大丈
Hmm?
あ
Went into an unexpected direction. Oh, yeah, I'm
夫？
fine.
どうしたの？何もないところでつまずくな
Yeah,
んて。
I tripped. Sylvia-san helped me up.
ああ、緊張しているのね、ほら。急な転入だし、当然だわ。クルスクラウン様がファーストネームを？
呼び捨て
The classroom stirred. Sylvia-san seemed completely
昨
unfazed.
日、あの後反省したの。あなたのためとは思ったけれど、結果、私の一存で
On God, you didn't even ask me if I wanted to be here! God! Well, at least she's nice to us. Not at all, you actually bailed me out.
そうそう言ってくれると嬉しい。ようこそ、オーラ。今日から一緒の学校になれてとても嬉しいわ。
She's so nice it makes me think she has an ulterior motive. Like, is she gonna prey on my downfall or something? Or she's plotting my downfall or something. I don't know. I'm scared though. And smiled sweetly at me, cause she's just too nice. That smile lulled me into a grin of my own. And with that, everyone's faces suddenly went stiff.
ス・クラウンさん、彼は知り合いなんですか？
オーロは私の大切なお友達や。はあ？
クルス・クラウン王女の
Shut up, simp.
お友達？先生、オーロは緊張しているみたいだわ。私、
Oh my
オー
god,
ロ
thank
近
you.
くの席に行っていいかしら？
はい。
ですって。ねえ、あなた、席変わってもらってよろしい？
Thank God.
はい。はい。
ありがとう。
The guy who tripped who dragged his desk and chair away while looking dreadfully disappointed. I guess the princess was special even in a classroom full of well-off young men and women. Silver-san's desk was brought over in its place.
ありがとう、エル。ほら、オーロ座って。後ろ前の席になったわね。
Yeah. I took my seat behind Sylvia-san as she delightedly sat down. Everyone in the class was still shaking to their cores. They were having trouble sizing up who I am, a commoner, was. This turn of events felt fantastic.
楽しくなりそう。昨日から反省すると同時にずっとワクワクしてたのよ。オーロが一緒だなんてどんなに楽しいことになるか。
See, Daniel? This is why I'm liking Sylvia more than Ayaka. You see this? She's not a douchebag.
あら？オーロ、ネクタイが
See?
なんだか変よ。
See this, Daniel? What kind of trash women are you into, man? Maybe I tied her on? I looked it up online, but I've never worn a tie before.
コップの形が変だわ。任せて。
Oh man, the whole class is gonna go crazy with this one. She unraveled it once.
こうして、こうして。あわわわ、クルスクランさん。
Oh, whoa, 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 what the
だよ。
what?
嘘だろ嘘だろ僕だってママにしかしてもらったことないのに。
And this is why your mom gonna keep doing it for you, because you're a piece of trash. Bro, you good?
こうね。
Thanks, Sylvia-san. Hey, too tight, too tight.
あら、変ね。綺麗にならない。
I don't think she's
どう
doing
だ
it
った
right.
かしら。
God, I'm dying, I'm dying!
王女様と新婚3日目みたいなことしてる。
牛だらですわ。ごめんなさい。やったことがないからわからないわ。
Why did he...
お願い。
はい。市松殿、こちらへ。
Yes, mommy. Sure.
こうして、こうして、
Uh-huh.
こうですよ。
Uh-oh. You're tearing my neck off!
我が校の全女子がマストで憧れるカバレロさんにまで。
やってることはどっちも殺しにかかってるけど、嘘だろ？
はいはい。転校生がしめ鯖になる前に回して。
Why is everybody taking turns on my tie? The girl from earlier walked over to this.
ネクタイってのはこうしてこうしてこうよ。
Finally. Oh. This time my necktie was tied up nice and tight. Thanks.
いえいえ。すごいわ。綺麗になった。
すいません、力及ばず。
やっぱりレイナはファッションの天才ね。で、やめろよ。にしてもシルビーのダチってマジモンだったんだ、オーロ。
What,
びっくりかよ。シルビー一応王女なのに。一応でなく王女だし、一応でなくオーロは友達や。
when did I agree to be your...
そうなんオーロ。
Yeah, we're friends. She had to be or else I'd lose my arm.
へえ、びっくりビクタン。
Huh? Why?
じゃあ私も友達だね。
Huh? Mm-hmm, sure. Actually, are you and Sylvia-san friends?
お友達や。ねえ、レイナ。ねえ。
They both smiled, so mismatched. I quickly glanced over at Ellie-san's face. No real reaction from Sylvia-san's nightly chaperone, I guess. I guess she wasn't a bad person, her audible enthusiasm aside.
シルビーとオーロ、王女とオーロだね。ああ、すごいわレイナ。 日本語のわびさびだわ。
They did seem to be on the same wavelength. Well, nice to meet you, Reina.
しく
Eh? She laughed in response. Unlike the cackles from my other classmates, her laugh had no malice to speak of.
まあまあほら、クルスクラウンさんってレナにもナチュラルな方だし、おおらかなのね。さすがクルスクラウン様ですわ。
Everyone around us was still in shock, but they seemed to have come to terms with that spectacle they had just witnessed. Reina returned to her seat, and Sylvia-san and I took our own seats.
オーロがレーナとも仲良くなってくれて嬉しい。
Yeah. For me, it was a huge lifesaver to have at least a few approachable
と
classmates.
ころでオーロ、シルビアさんって何？
Huh?
レーナのことはもうレーナだったのに、どうして私だけさん付けなの？
What, you jealous or something? Ah, I recalled what she had said to me yesterday. Well, you know,
ごまかされないわよ。私のことは？
Sylvia-san? Sylvia? Sylvie?
やらしい。
She smiled sweetly. Ella-san had a scary look in her eyes, but I prefer not to be separated. Ella-san had a scary look in her eyes, but I prefer not to be separated and moved to a different seat in the situation. Sylvie, huh? Now that I tried saying it, it felt kind of nice.
では授業を始めます。
The teacher never interrupted Sylvie's conversation, then began the lesson shortly thereafter. Oh, come to think of it,
オーロ、教科書はある？
they said I'd be issued one in about 3 days.
そう。じゃあ、私のを。
いえシルビアさん、前と後ろでは見せ合いにくいでしょう。ここは隣の席の僕の出番かと。
菊千代くん。そうね、お願いするわ。オーロ、こちら録音寺菊千代くん。
Rokuonji Kikuchiyo. Dang, that's a funky name. That's pretty cool though.
録音時菊千代です。よろしく。
いい人よ。
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a douche.
善人です。
What a weird guy. Well, sure, nice to meet you. I didn't especially care about the textbook, but I may as well if I was... I didn't especially care about the textbook, but I may as well if he was willing to share. Sylvie faced forward and I pushed my desk up against my neighbors. Rokuonji-kun.
菊千代で結構ですよ。クラスメイトなのですから。その代わり僕もオーロ君と呼ばせていただきます。
Sure. Kikuchiyo? Kikuchiyo. Sure, Kikuchiyo then. This guy was...
お気になさらず。現代の貴族たる僕と庶民のオーロ君でも同い年なのです。変わらぬ態度で接していただければ嬉しいです。
Another rich boy, huh? Still, I got the sense that he wasn't part of the circle of people laughing and making fun of me earlier. I think I've heard of the name Rokuonji before.
おや、ご存知ですか？光栄ですね。日本最大の企業、三菱コーポレーションを滑る録音事件。政界財界では知らぬもののないとはいえ、庶民の間にまで名前が知れているのは驚きです。
If I don't stop getting called the commoner, I'm gonna like shit this class up real quick. Mitsubishi? The one that does heavy industries and planes?
はい。
And pencils.
あ、そこは違います。
Oh, awesome. You must be super rich. As a Japanese person, I found domestic wealth to be much more impressive than some sort of foreign princess. As a Japanese person, I found domestic wealth to be much more impressive than some foreign princess.
そうですね。我が一族の偉大さを思えば、金持ちなどというチープな表現はいささか無粋ですが、庶民の感覚ではそれでいいと思います。そして、現代の貴族である僕のような人種は、オーロ君のような庶民にも幸福を分け与えるのが義務。ノブレス・オブリージュの精神を忘れてはならない。困ったことがあれば、何でもおっしゃってください。
Sure. Some of the things he said ticked me off, but at the very least, he wasn't sneering at me like the others. Fine then, I take a look at his textbook and put my full effort into this class. Alright, here's where we're gonna save it. Alright, y'all, that was the first episode of Kinkoi Golden Loveriche. Look, Daniel, this first episode I made it nice and long for you. Pause. VitaminDStain does not swing that way. Let me start off with what I don't like, which I kind of said already. I don't like how there's no bar when the voice actresses or actors are speaking, because I'd be cutting them off midway because I'd be thinking they already stopped talking, but they're not done talking. So that's a bit of an issue. It's a little annoying, to be honest. I don't like the text speed and stuff. That is very annoying as well. Okay, now that's all. Those are all my grievances. But what I do like so far, I really like the characters. I like the setting. I like the story so far. It's very interesting. I'm definitely intrigued by it. I would have loved to play more, but I already made this video an hour and a half. That's pretty freaking long, Daniel. So I'd say we made a pretty solid dent into this first episode here. Episode number 1 here. I'm liking the characters so far, if I'm being honest with you, Daniel. I'm kind of really liking Sylvia and Reina. They're really nice. I really like Sylvia. Kind of gives off that vibe where she's kind of dumb, but it's kind of like a cute and innocent kind of way. You know what I mean? And as for Reina, she seems more chill, a lot less dumb, but she's also super nice. Now, the big-breasted woman right there in red, she's scary, but she's really cool. I like her personality. Ayaka, first impression, she's pretty much a douchebag, so right now I don't like her. That could change, don't get me wrong. I think I'll be playing all the routes, just how I'm doing with Cafe Stella, but that's all I gotta say so far about this game. It's only been 1 episode, so a lot of things could change and so forth. So I'm gonna call it a video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Kinkoi Golden Loveriche. Now, Daniel, you've been waiting, I hope, and if not, I'm sorry I failed you, but it's finally here. I hope you enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's definitely a lot more different than Cafe Stella, which is what I like. Now, I'm going to end the video here, though. That's enough talk. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to drop that like for me. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, until next time, fellas.